Number 24, Jalen Rogue. Batting 7th and playing shortstop from Yonkers, New York, and St. Michael's College is number 8, Miles Manel. Batting 8 is the first baseman from Northridge, California, and Pomona Fitzer College, number 16, James Quintero. Batting 9th and playing left field from Bradenton, Florida, and Florida Manatee, Sarasota, number 22, Kyle Vaughn. And batting 10th and playing catcher from Hamburg, New York, and SUNY Niagara, congratulations on your championship, is number 4, Luke Rabinski. On the bump for the Muckdogs from Westminster College and Las Vegas, Nevada, is number 29, Jack Page. The Muckdogs are coached by Skip Martinez, Grant Bickham, and Trent Wasserman. And fans, please help us welcome now the rest of the Batavia Muckdogs. They don't seem to be in a hurry. And now, fans, please help us welcome the most passionate, patriotic, and polarizing mascot in the entire PGCBL. Put your hands together for Apollo! We love you, Apollo. And for tonight's Mascot Mania, we have some of Apollo's closest and coolest friends. So please join us in welcoming them. First, we'd like to welcome Apollo's very best friend, all the way from Batavia's Dwyer Stadium, Dewey from the Batavia Muckdogs. Next up, we'd like to welcome someone who used to call Sal Magley home. Put your hands together for Bolts from the Niagara Power. Our next mascot, please welcome Red from Red Robin. Yum. And next up from Niagara University, Monty the Purple Eagle. And we have a special guest mascot who will be joining us later. I won't tell you who it is, but it rhymes with the Lockport Lion. And now, fans, please welcome your 2026 In Stands host, the woman with the most lively support for your Americans, the most lovable attitude for Americans fans. Please welcome Lady Liberty.
What's up, everybody who's excited for some Americans baseball? Best we can do with the crowd today. We have a great matchup for you, a bunch of fun games, and the very coolest mascots in the area. So sit back, relax, have fun, and go Americans!
All right, Lady Liberty. Fans, at this time, we would like to welcome the starting lineup for your Niagara Falls Americans. Batting first and playing second base from Sunnyvale, California, number 27, Justin Gladfelter. Batting second and playing center field from Essex, Vermont, number 18, David Harris. Batting third and patrolling left field from Clarence Center, New York, and a fellow Niagara University Purple Eagle, number 15, Matt Ganschow. Batting cleanup for the Americans, the DH from Shavertown, Pennsylvania, and Niagara University, number 3, Dominic Zangardi. Batting fifth and playing center field from Narragansett, Rhode Island, and Central Connecticut State. Put your hands together for number 13, Derek Jesmondi. Batting sixth and playing the hot corner from Jacksonville, Florida, and Palm Beach Atlantic, number 6, Cooper Rowell. In the 7th spot, a local boy from Niagara Falls and Frostburg State University, shortstop, number 22, Anthony Savino. Batting 8, all the way from Jefferson, Georgia, and Georgia Highlands College, is right fielder number 11, Colin Price. At first base, batting 9th from New Bedford, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island College, number 19, Tom Marcotte. And batting 10th behind the plate from Lancaster, New York, and SUNY Niagara. Congratulations on your championship. Number 34, the catcher, CJ Snooze. And on the bump for the Americans from ECC, number 29, Jackson Moritz. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, put your hands together for the high school chorus from Wilson Central Schools. Hey fans, please be aware that balls and bats occasionally.
We've officially reached the halfway point in June, and tonight it's Mascot Mania Night here at Sal Magley Stadium as the Niagara Falls Americans welcome the Batavia Muckdogs to town. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Niagara Falls, New York. I'm Tom Rook, alongside Ethan Duncan. Ethan, welcome.
Americans looking to come back after that tough game against Olean 10-2 in 9. Snap their 2-game win streak. Batavia 4-game win streak of their own, and that started in Batavia when they faced the Americans, able to hold on against them in a 5-4 win. Americans looking to snap that streak and start one of their own.
Absolutely, yeah. You look back at that last matchup between these two teams, one that favored the Muckdogs for sure, 5-4 in that game back on June 5th. Starting for the Muckdogs in that game, Mason Davey went 5 innings, just 2 hits, no runs allowed. That's been the story of this season for the Muckdogs, their pitching staff for sure. Been very successful. One of those pitchers, Jake Sizlis, just having an incredible season, just earned Player of the Week in the PGCBL West Division after a big 5-inning start against the Newark Pilots, coming off a big one there. 12 strikeouts, just a great game overall, but that's been their story all season, the Muckdogs pitching staff.
Americans had a pretty good pitching game of their own, obviously losing to Batavia 5-4, but they held Batavia to 5 runs, which is their lowest on the year. So certainly one of the best pitching games for the Americans, besides that Newark game as well. Yeah, don't count them out.
Yeah, you look at numbers just across the league. Batavia, the second lowest ERA in the PGCBL at 3.78. Take a look at the starting lineup tonight for the visiting Muckdogs. Leading off, Jalen David in right field. Jackson Inman will bat second. He'll play third. Just recently flipped a commitment in Jackson Inman, going from Salisbury University to the University of Richmond, going from D3 to D1. Evan Brock batting third, one of the best hitters in all of the PGCBL this season. Glenn Brooks will play center. He'll bat fourth. Joey Socorro, the extra hitter, he'll bat fifth. Jalen Roque will bat sixth as the designated hitter. Miles Manell will play shortstop. James Quintero playing first base. Kyle Vaughn at left field, Luke Rubinski behind the plate. And Jack Page will get the start for the Muckdogs tonight. On the mound, number 29 from Westminster College in Missouri. Now we'll take a look at the American starting lineup, Ethan.
Starting off, as per usual, second base Justin Gladfilter, an extra hitter David Harris. A field is Matthew Ganshaw, second row. Him in left. Center fielder move Jesmati from right into center. Third baseman Cooper Rowell. Svino back at short. Right field, they move Colin Price from center to right. First baseman Thomas Marcotte took out Adam Weiss. Interesting to see there. And then catcher Christopher Snuzz.
And then on the mound for the Americans, Jackson Moritz, who just signed today. For the Americans, a new guy on the mound and a new face in an Americans jersey. He'll wear number 9. Moritz comes from Erie Community College and is from Cheektowaga, New York. This past year was a two-way at ECC, an infielder and a pitcher. Also played football, quarterback. Didn't see much action. 2 for 2, 18 yards. Did have a 17-yard pass, but on the baseball field, he played 40 games as a hitter, 27 games started. Had some struggles at the plate. There's a ball up. On the mound, he had 8 appearances, 0-2, 5 1/3 inning, 9 earned runs for ECC. Moritz from the windup deals the 2-1 now. Ripped down the third baseline, foul.
David certainly be a hard out in that win over the Americans, that 5-4 win. Counted for 3 of those RBIs on 2 hits as well.
Yeah, Jalen David having a great year. Definitely a threat on the base path as well. Currently second in the West Division in steals with 11. As he takes that one outside, ball 3. It'll be 3-2 now. David at the dish against Moritz. Here's the pitch. Missed high, so it's a leadoff walk worked by Jalen David.
Worked it to a 2-2, but Dave, we talked about super talented hitter. Took 2 close balls to get a leadoff walk.
Muckdogs don't walk a whole lot on the offensive side of the ball. 13th in the entire league in walks this season, just under 5 a game, so there's number 1 for them, though. The Americans will issue the walks, though, on the mound. 51 on the season they've issued. That one's ripped into right field, and it's going to fall for a base hit. It'll hit the fence on 1 hop, and there's a 1-out double. David going to get the wave home from Martinez at third, and he's in there safe. And Inman will get to third on the overthrow. So the Muckdogs have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Quickly off a Jackson Inman double.
Sort of like the at-bat he had against David, but first pitch there, lined in at center, and then when they put Price in the right field, we talked about he was in center field yesterday, struggled with getting that ball out. He scores all the way from first, and then he advances on the throw.
That one's missed inside for a ball. Here's Evan Brock. Definitely a matchup to watch out for tonight. 2 of the best hitters in all of the West Division, and Evan Brock at the plate now, and Derek Jesmondi playing center field tonight for the Americans. Here's the 1-0. Misses high. It'll be a 2-0 now. Well-struck ball from Jackson Inman, who just transferred from Salisbury to the University of Richmond. Here's the 2-0. Fastball outside corner called a strike. Now 2-1 here at Sal Magley. Brock against Moritz. Moritz in the windup with the runner on third. Here's the pitch. Fastball just missed up. Moritz usually 84-85 with the fastball in the gun, on the gun. Not overpowering, but known to spot it up on the corners. Not too many walks, just 8 walks this past year at ECC. Inside, flown out to center field. Jesmani comes on. He'll make the catch. Inman going to tag from third. The throw in. It's cut off by Marcotte. Not nearly in time, and the Muckdogs take a 2-0 lead here early in the top of the first.
There on the 3-1 count. If you're able to get that ball pretty far in the 3-1 count, Jesmani talked about, he said OKR, but no chance to get Inman from third. Already 2-0 lead here.
So here's Glenn Brooks. First out of the inning is made on a sac fly by Evan Brock, who's just having a tremendous season at the plate so far for the Muckdogs. Currently second in the PGCBL and batting average with 478, with a 478 average on the season. So the sac fly doesn't hurt that for sure. So here's Glenn Brooks playing center field tonight for the Muckdogs. Down 0-1, takes that one outside, just missed. It'll be a 1-1 coming to Brooks. Brooks currently first in the entire West Division in slugging percentage at a .731 slug. Here's the 1-1. That one's ripped down the right field line, but foul. Muckdogs lead 2-0 here in the top of the first. Off of a sac fly and a double from Jackson Inman. Sac fly from Evan Brock. Here's the 1-2. Fastball dribbled up the middle, through for a base hit. A one-out single for Glenn Brooks.
Americans have not been able to get a strikeout so far. 3 hits, 4 balls put in play.
Now batting the extra hitter, number 34.
It's a struggle so far from Ritz.
Yeah, Moritz, just a sophomore this fall at ECC, just coming off his freshman season. 2-0 the Muckdogs lead. Here is Joey Socorro. Had a big triple the last time these two teams met up in Batavia. Batavia won that game 5-4. Here's the 1-out pitch. Socorro takes it on the inner half for a strike. Front door slider from Moritz. Now leads 0-1 against Socorro. Brooks off first, takes that one for a ball. Brooks definitely a threat to run, tied for third in the West Division of the PGCBL in steals with 10 on the season. A mediocre lead. Takes the vault lead, there he goes. Pitch, throw down from Snuz, not in time. So stolen base for Glenn Brooks, his 11th of the year.
Snuz has been struggling with throwing people out here. Foxcroft has been struggling to throw people out here. There's another runner in scoring position.
That's the Muckdogs' 44th on the year. They're 4th in the entire league in stolen bags. Here's the pitch from Moritz. Inside misses, so it'll be 2-2 now to Socorro. Brooks off second. Moritz checks. Here's the 2-2. Fastball in the dirt. Gets by Snuz at home. And Brooks moves up 90 feet.
Went right through his legs there.
So Brooks off of third. It'll be a full count pitch from Moritz to Socorro. Here's the 3-2 fastball, misses up. So second walk of the inning to Joey Socorro.
He's been able to get these 2-strike counts, just hasn't found his payoff pitch here. Only out came from a sac fly that went pretty far.
So here's Will Cordero on his patented first inning mound visit. Seems like we've had that happen an awful lot this season. Now Moritz's first start of the year. Cordero finds himself heading over to talk things over with Moritz as Jalen Roque digs in. So Cordero talks things over with Moritz, makes sure everything's all right. Moritz been pounding the zone pretty good, but hasn't really found a way to get these outs very well. So here's Jalen Roque for the Muckdogs this season. Roque been struggling at the plate, only hitting .222 on the season. Cuts and misses there, strike number 1. Socorro off first, Brooks off third. Be an 0-1 pitch, misses inside, and it drills Roque in the back of the leg. So he'll reach on the hit by pitch and load the bases here in the top of the first. Last time these two teams met, the hit by pitch was certainly an issue for the Americans. Actually, 5 hit by pitches in the game, 4 by American starter Vincent Favada alone. And that's the first hit by pitch of the game already. Here's Miles Monell, the shortstop for the Muckdogs this evening. Takes fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Should be a 0-1 count. Monell steps in. Down 0-1 early to Moritz. Here's the pitch. Inside, Monell rips that one through the left side. Picked by Savino. He'll save a run, but one will score anyway. The Muckdogs lead 3-0 here in the top of the first.
Making it 3-0 already here in the top of the first. 1-out situation still.
Now batting first baseman number 16, James Quintero.
In steps James Quintero, tonight's first baseman for the Muckdogs.
Yeah, we probably could have saw like 2 runs scored right there, but the shortstop was amazing recovery right there. Only came in at 1 run, but you still got bases loaded.
So Quintero batting from the left side here against Moritz. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Fastball outside corner misses. 1-0 now. Moritz now falling behind after he started the inning pounding the zone. 2 hits in the inning already, 3 hits in the inning, excuse me, for the Muckdogs. Here is the 1-0. Inside corner, called a strike. A nice slider in there from Moritz. Evens up the count. So 3 hits in the inning, like I mentioned. 2 singles and a double. A sacrifice fly that scored a run from Evan Brock. Glenn Brooks also scored, as well as Jalen David. That one's ripped on the first baseline foul. Now Moritz ahead in the count, 1-2.
He's got to find this strike here. 24 pitches so far, only 10 strikes.
So Moritz ahead, 1-2. Can he find that 2-strike pitch he's been looking for all inning? Against Quintero, here's the pitch. Just misses. On the backdoor slider, can't land it, so it'll be a 2-2 now to Quintero.
They're just going to get a double play ball, get out of this inning.
Yeah, 1 pitch away. Bases are loaded, so a force out at any bag. Here's the 2-2. That one's flown into left center. Back goes Jesmondi. He snags it. And it'll be a sacrifice fly for James Quintero as Joey Socorro scores from third. The other runners stay put. Muckdogs lead 4-0.
Once again, 2 outs. Just went 300+ feet. You haven't been able to hit any grounders or just a pop fly or pop or anything like that. Just keep going far, getting enough of it on the bat.
So 2 outs in the inning. Both came via the sac fly. Now first and second, 2 outs. Here's Kyle Vaughn, the left fielder tonight for the Muckdogs. Vaughn, a returner, played for the Muckdogs last season. Comes all the way from Bradenton, Florida. Here's the 0-0 to Vaughn. Inside corner, called a strike. A nice start of the at-bat for Moritz.
Yeah, he's able to start with strikes, which some pitchers so far for the Americans haven't been able to. It's just finding more after that.
So 0-1 from Moritz to Vaughn. Fastball up, misses. Jalen Roque off second, Miles Monell off first. Good speed on the bases for the Muckdogs. 2 outs in the inning, both coming from the sacrifice fly. Moritz from the stretch, 1-1 to Kyle Vaughn. And he hits him. Second hit by pitch of the inning A curveball that just doesn't curve enough for him. Didn't get enough on it. And it drills Vaughn in the back.
Now batting the catcher, number 4.
Yeah, 2 hit by pitches. We really didn't see many in that Olean game, but 2 already.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, 5 hit by pitches the last time these two teams met by the Americans. Already 2 tonight. Looks like they're on track for that. Here's Luke Rubinski, the catcher tonight, batting from the left side. Fastball in there for strike 1. Moritz going from the windup, seems to be more comfortable that way with guys on third base. Doing that so far this inning. Moritz from the windup. Here is the 0-1 to Rubinski. Swung on and missed. A nice off-speed pitch. Moritz ahead 0-2 now.
First swing and a miss we've seen in a while, Tom. Just another 2-strike count.
4-0, the Muckdogs lead here in the top of the first at Sal Magley Stadium. Here's the 0-2. Outside corner, good block behind the plate. Now it'll be a 1-2. So the Muckdogs have scored 4 runs on 3 hits in the inning. Couple of sacrifice flies, couple of walks, couple of hit by pitches. That one's flown down the left field line, foul. 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 2 sacrifice flies.
Don't forget, folks, that ball was a candy item of your choice at the concession stand.
So a couple too many free bases already in the inning by Moritz. Here's the 1-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. A bases loaded strikeout for Jackson Moritz. So the Muckdogs get 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. Batavia leads Niagara Falls 4-0 here at Sal Magley Stadium. On the American Sports Network, I'm Tom Ruck alongside Ethan Duncan. We'll be back after this short break. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Americans would like to thank Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric for their continuous support. Salino Plumbing's licensed Buffalo professionals strive for same-day service with fully stocked vehicles to reduce wait times. Whether it's emergency plumbing, mainline repairs, or anything in between, call 716-202-9665 for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical needs today. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. Back here at Sal Magley Stadium, Tom Ruck alongside Ethan Duncan. A big first inning for the Batavia Muckdogs. They lead 4-0 here over the Niagara Falls Americans. It's Mascot Mania night here at Sal Magley. We've got Red, the Red Robin. We've got Dewey from the Muckdogs. Of course, the Americans mascot, Apollo. We've got the old Niagara Power mascot and the Lockport High School Lion as well. Also, the Niagara Purple Eagle in attendance. Monty. Good name for a mascot. In digs Justin Gladfelter, the second baseman tonight for the Americans. 10 steals on the season, what he's known for. The 0-1 called a strike. Now 0-1 against Jack Page. Right-hander from Westminster College in Missouri. Here's the 0-1 to Gladfelter. Curveball inside, misses. Page straight over the top. Has a right-hander. Really works with that 12-6 as he showed right there, but just missed off the inside corner. So here's the 1-1 to Gladfelter. There's that curveball again. Misses in the dirt. It'll be a 2-1. So here's the 2-1 from Page to Gladfelter. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike two. It'll be a 2-2 coming.
Last game was the only game that Gladfelter didn't get a hit or reach. Americans struggled as well, looking to get on here on a 2-2 count.
Page from the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Fouled down the right field line. Going to drift. Stay in play, but in foul ground, so David won't even attempt for it. And will be a 2-2 once again. Both of these teams haven't played in a day. Rained out yesterday across the league in the West Division. Here's the 2-2 to Gladfelter. Misses up. It'll be a 3-2. Gladfelter, one of those guys, like we mentioned, 10 steals on the year. You don't want him getting on base to lead off an inning. In the transfer portal, currently looking for a new opportunity next collegiate season. Misses upstairs. So it'll be ball 4 for Gladfelter, and he reaches with nobody out here in the bottom half of the first.
Good start here in that loss to Batavia. He had 3 steals. Certainly could expect one here.
Gladfelter's 6th walk on the season. Here's David Harris, batting from the left side. Will Cordero changing things up again in the batting order, as that one misses upstairs. 2 nights ago in Olean, the Americans went righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty to start the first 6. Tonight, Ganschow in the 3 spot on deck, then Zangardi, Jesbondi batting 4-5, lefties back to back. Here's the 1-0 to Harris. That's fouled on the third baseline, out of play. It'll be a 1-1 now.
Sydney's dad, you want to go get that?